Bonjour et bienvenue sur Pure Channel. Aujourd'hui, nous recevons Julian Pinn, qui est le directeur des divisions services de Dolby. On va s'entretenir avec lui de ce que fait Dolby durant la quinzaine. Hi, Julian.
Hi, Nash.
So, can you tell us at first who you are at Dolby's, because I was barely able to explain it myself.
Oh, really? Well, I'm the director of our distribution services. So we have a team of engineers who are working at all the major film festivals around the world. We're working at the major world premieres, whether it's for Fox or Universal or Disney and Warner Brothers. And typically they will call our team in to make sure that the sound and the picture is absolutely superb, just to make sure that the story is told exactly as the director intended.
So why are you here today with this mystery to me? What is Atmos?
Well, we're really excited about this, Nash. Dolby Atmos was launched just a few weeks ago in Las Vegas at CinemaCon, the world's biggest trade show for cinema. And cinema has transitioned now from 35mm to digital cinema. All the picture you see pretty much now in cinema is digital projection and digital sound. And this gives Dolby the fantastic opportunity to set the next criteria for film sound or cinema sound. And Dolby Atmos allows the story to be told in such a very precise way, with sound supporting the emotional narrative. Sound can be positioned anywhere in the room, not distracting, but supporting the story that's being told on screen. We're really excited about it.
So if I'm a user and I'm in a theatre, what does it change?
Well, cinemas are superb. They are a large hall, it's a social experience, it's captivated, it's a dark room, huge picture. And sound has always been a big part of that. So many directors are saying to us that sound is more than 50% of the experience. And sound is emotive. We need to feel that we're there, we're actually in the story itself and being immersed in the story. And Dolby Atmos allows now absolute precision about where the sound is in the room, so that you can have individual leaves falling off a tree surrounding you, you can have individual raindrops, you can have arrows flying over. We have Brave coming out, Disney's having Brave coming out, which is the first title for Atmos, and that's all about shooting bows and arrows around.
What's the main difference with Dolby Surround?
So Dolby Surround and all the sound formats for cinema up to today have been what we call channel-based format. But the problem with channel-based solutions are that you have to mix in the same format as it's released in. So the cinemas have to adopt the same format. The distributors have to know which cinemas have which format and then make the releases to suit the cinemas that are out there. We completely tore up the rule book with Dolby Atmos. We said, what if we can capture the content, the creative ideas, the artistic intent on the content itself, send that content out to all the cinemas, regardless of whether they have Dolby Atmos or not. We're not requiring anybody to install Atmos to get these prints. Those cinemas that do have Dolby Atmos will then be able to tie in with the creative intent. And the system will understand where each and every of the loudspeakers are around the room, also above you. Okay, so not just on this plane, but now above you on the ceilings and completely surrounding you. And the system will know exactly the location, the X, Y, Z coordinates in the room of each and every loudspeaker, and then it will render live all of those channels and objects, sound objects, up to 128 of them, would you believe, at any one time, at precise locations around the room. And this completely changes the paradigm of sound for motion pictures, sound for cinema. And we are extremely delighted about introducing this. The rendering engine that we're using in the cinemas is a very useful tool, because not only is it rendering out to the loudspeakers that exist in the cinemas and in the studios, but it's also allowing the mixers to render out their creative intent to different channel formats. So it gives them a tool to deliver to different delivery requirements. So because there's going to be plenty of cinemas that are still going to be 7.1 and 5.1.
So, talking about that, what's the schedule? When are we all going to be able to enjoy Atmos?
We are very cautious. We have been introducing sound formats in the cinema now for the last 41 years. And a little bit before my time, I must say. But we started our film program working in the post-production of Stanley Kubrick's movie, Warner Brothers' release of A Clockwork Orange, with the Dolby A noise reduction, and then Dolby Stereo was launched in '74 and made famous by Star Wars Episode 4. And since then, we've worked so closely with the content creators, major titles, not only from Hollywood, but from around the world, the major filmmaking centers around the world. This is an effort that we want to do well, want to do right, and that means engaging with specific titles, to work with them, make sure that they are not interrupted with their scheduling and workflow, and to get the best out of the system for that particular genre of movie. We're also targeting specific cinemas around this next calendar year of 2012. And for the release of Disney's Brave, Pixar Disney's Brave this summer, we're going to be around the world targeting a modest handful of Dolby Atmos feature cinemas. These cinemas will be actually using some test studio equipment to make it all work. We're going to be good to go with equipment for the cinemas to go and buy and install, and supporting programs as well about how that is installed, and providing guidance about where loudspeakers should be to give the biggest impact at the minimum cost. And we are really then going to be very aggressive, very sure about getting as many titles as possible. This isn't about Hollywood blockbusters. This is about a love story, about a suspense. This is the King's Speech. Maybe even L'Artiste could benefit from Dolby Atmos, even though it's a silent movie. But it has a wonderful score going through it to bring the emotion and tying it all together. So this system, Dolby Atmos, is absolutely for every movie, every genre, 3D, 2D, doesn't matter. And because it's scalable, we think that it's completely valid for each and every cinema. And there are about 120,000 screens around the world. It's not a massive number. It's a fairly small, tight industry. But we've had huge successes in the past with our cinema processors, whether it's Dolby Digital or Dolby Stereo and Dolby Surround, in the cinema around the world. And we believe that Dolby Atmos has a place in every single screen around the world, ultimately. This is a long vision for us. It's not 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And we're really excited about it, because if we can capture that intent, future developments mean that we can render better and better as technology allows us to do more things.
Well, good luck for Atmos, and thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.